Fuck it.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Hey, mama. If you are a mom and are tired of the wash, rinse, repeat burnout cycle of motherhood, this podcast is for you. If you feel lonely and isolated in your motherhood journey, this podcast is for you. If you feel like you have completely lost your identity since your babies were born, this podcast is for you. If you feel like every other mom has it together except for you, this podcast is for you. My name is Amanda, and I'm a life coach dedicated to teaching every mom the tools she needs to liberate herself off the back burner. I am living proof that a woman can be present and loving to her kids while also being a whole ass person outside of being that kid's mom. The secret? Learning when to say fuck it. First episode, done is better than perfect. It's not going to be perfect. That's not what we're here for. Our goal is not perfection here at Fuck It Mothering. Asthma is still a mess, so coughing is still a thing. Again, I will do my best to limit the amount of coughing that I do, but can't really do a ton about it because I need to breathe. It's just, that's what it is. But I apologize. I know it doesn't sound fantastic, and I'm not going to edit it out. I'm just not, because it's too time consuming and I don't care enough to edit it out. Sorry, not sorry. Done is better than perfect. I'd rather have consistent episodes for you guys than make sure that, and have consistent, technically imperfect episodes than inconsistent perfect episodes. So again, done is better than perfect. Today, we are talking about body image, and more specifically, how to be a feminist and raise feminists, while also trying to protect your kids. Which is why I named this episode Crop Tops and Pedophiles, which is kind of like a very blunt name for the topic that I'm covering. But it really was inspired by a recent experience. So I will explain. My daughters just went to, I have 4 daughters. So if you're just barely, this is the first episode you've ever listened to, hi, I'm Amanda. I'm a life coach for moms, and I have 4 daughters. I'm a single mom, and my girls are 12, 10, 8, and 6 at the time of this recording. So their father took them to Florida for almost 2 weeks for a vacation. And that's a whole other podcast because that was hard. That was the longest they've ever been away from me, and that was really hard. But I'm really glad they had fun, obviously. But the timing of it conflicted. My older 2 daughters are in competitive dance right now. Next dance season, probably all 4 of them will be in competitive dance. So, it's time for a fucking OnlyFans so that I can afford to pay for all of this. But for right now, it's just the older 2. And this vacation conflicted with nationals rehearsals. We're going to nationals. We're actually leaving tomorrow for Tennessee. Super excited about that. But you can't miss nationals rehearsals, obviously. But there was a period of time, there's 6 days in between the 2 nationals rehearsals. So what they decided to do was they took the younger 2 to Florida before they took the younger 2 to Florida. The older 2 stayed with me so they could go to the first nationals rehearsal. And then they flew as unaccompanied minors the next day to meet up with the rest of them in Florida. And their grandma on that side, their paternal grandmother, took them shopping for some clothes and stuff, some summer Florida clothes. And she had made a comment to them about, oh, you can't wear that on the plane because you guys are flying by yourselves and there are perverts out there. You can't wear that. It was a crop top. And I had such a different perspective that I wanted to share with you guys. So I know it's probably pretty common for most people would take that point of view, right? Like cover up, because that's what we've all been indoctrinated with. To keep yourself safe, you need to cover up. You can't, have your boobs all over the place, no cleavage and no short skirts. And you need to dress to protect yourself is the message that girls get, that females get. And you shouldn't wear a ponytail because it makes it it makes it easier for guys to attack you. They can grab you by the ponytail and just yank you back. You should walk to your car with your keys, back when we had keys, right? In between your fingers, just in case you gotta, smack somebody, because it'll hurt more if there's keys in between your fingers. All of these things that girls are told by their mothers when they're children to keep them safe. Boys don't get that message at all. They aren't told what to wear and what not to wear. They aren't told how to do specific things to avoid doing to their hair to keep them safe. They aren't told how to walk to their car in a specific way and don't be alone and never go to the bathroom alone. All of these safety precautions that women have had to do to keep ourselves safe. So crop tops. A year and a half ago, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who has a daughter who's the same age. She has 3 daughters, and they're all pretty much in the same age range as my kids. Her oldest is the same age as my oldest, which is how we met. They were in the same preschool dance class together, and we've been friends ever since. And her daughter was wearing a crop top, and I think I asked her just her thoughts on it, because I was struggling with that. At that point, I wouldn't even allow my girls to wear crop tops or sports bras to dance class. They were the only ones who had to have just a tank top on. You can still see their body and it's danceable, but you're covered. Because my thought was always, it's inappropriate. That's just inappropriate. But then as I started diving in more into my own awakening and questioning my thoughts, because I realized that so many of them, I didn't choose them. It was stuff that was socially conditioned into me, or other people's thoughts that I had just adopted as my own because they had been there since before I could remember anything else. And so I started questioning all of my thoughts, and I still do. I feel like it's a very good practice to question your thoughts all the time, because you never really know if you want to keep them if you're not questioning them. Thoughts are always optional. They're just sentences in your brain. So having a conversation with my friend, and I was asking her, what are your thoughts on crop tops and stuff? Cause I'm struggling with whether I feel like it's inappropriate, or if I should allow it, or if people are going to judge me if I let my kids wear crop tops. And it's just what are your thoughts? And she's well, I guess my main thought is just that I'm really happy that she has the confidence to wear it. That was the end all be all with. She was just I'm just glad my daughter has the confidence that she wants to wear that. So I say yes. And I loved that reason. There's no argument against that in my mind, because yes, you should have, if your kid has the confidence to wear a crop top, hell yeah, kid, go for it. And so now all my kids are just constantly in crop tops. I'm in crop tops. It's so funny because I am the heaviest I've ever been right now, but I'm also the most confident in my body that I've ever been. I never liked 2 pieces or anything that showed my tummy, anything that was too tight. because I just always hated my body. But now I love my body, and it's just so funny to me. Not funny, that's not the right word. It's more profound than funny. I'm really proud of myself. I'm really proud of myself to look back at the person that I was and how much I hated myself and how much I hated my body and how I was always constantly critiquing it and, seeing if it measured up that day, seeing if it measured up to what I thought it should look like, and if I would allow myself to wear, a short skirt or something. And now my body doesn't have to measure up to anything. I just love it. And I love myself. And I want that for my girls. And they do love their bodies. And they are comfortable in crop tops. In fact, my oldest is such a dancer. She's just very active. Her fashion philosophy is it needs to be comfortable and she needs to be able to dance in it at any given moment. Whereas my 10-year-old, she's more of a fashionista. She likes dresses and putting together unique combinations. And she's more into like the aesthetic and the look of the clothes. Whereas Eowyn is just like, I just need to be comfortable and I need to be able to dance all the time. So she's basically in a crop top or a sports bra or something all the time. That's just what she lives in. Excuse me. That's what she lives in because that's who she is. So back to their grandma's comment about you can't wear a crop top on the plane when you're traveling as an unaccompanied minor because it's not safe. Here was my response to my girls. You can wear whatever the fuck you want because it is not your job to control a sick person. If there is a person out there who wants to do something horrible to another person, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. It doesn't matter how you do your hair. It doesn't matter. They have already made it up in their mind that they're going to do something horrible to another person. There's only so much you can do to protect yourself against somebody else's choices. And I'm so sick of women being told that they have to dress a certain way, otherwise they aren't keeping themselves safe. That is not the message that I am going to be telling my kids. My girls will not grow up with that message because it's bullshit. It's not our job to stop men's minds from going to a sick, perverted, rapist way. End of story, period. Never, ever, ever is that our job. What is our job is to celebrate our lives and to celebrate our bodies and to wear whatever we want, wear what suits us because we just want to wear it. When we get dressed in the morning, it shouldn't be about like, oh, well, I'm going to have to take the subway and I really there's construction going on and I don't want to walk past that and this dress and the heels and stuff because I just don't want to deal with it. And I might put myself in a position where I'm not safe. That's not the thought process, ladies. Okay? Get dressed in the morning because of what you want to wear, because of the vibe that you are feeling for your life in that day, what your body wants. Do you want to be comfortable? Do you want to feel sexy? It's okay. It is okay to feel sexy. It's okay to put clothes on your body that make you feel sexy. That's okay. It does not make you a slut. It does not make you asking for it. It does not mean that you are devious in any sort of way, that you're trying to tempt men in any certain way. And it is abso-fucking-lutely not your fault if they molest, rape, or hurt you in any other way. based on what, like, no one can tell you, well, sorry that this happened to you, but you really shouldn't be wearing that, should you? Fuck you. She can wear whatever the fuck she wants all the time, anytime. That's not how we keep ourselves safe. The way that I'm teaching my girls to keep themselves safe, not trusting people, okay? And first, like when they're flying as unaccompanied minors, there was a Delta crew member with them the entire time. And I was able to request a female because I knew that that would make my girls more comfortable. And they weren't alone. It's very similar to when they're flying with their parents. They have an adult who's looking over them and watching them and making sure that they're not alone. They were never alone. So the way that I'm teaching my girls to keep themselves safe is to not trust everybody. Don't give out personal information. Don't let people touch you if you don't want them to. Stop it immediately. If you're ever in a situation where you feel uncomfortable, you can always say, I am uncomfortable, and then leave. And then talk to an adult that you trust. That's how you keep yourself safe. Not by covering up and wearing sweatshirts and sweatpants all the time to try to not attract attention. Why the fuck is it our job to not attract attention? Why should we get dressed for other people? I call bullshit. And I'm done living that way. And I'm not going to raise my kids to live that way either. So that is my thoughts. That's my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. There's the proper English sentence. Found it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are my thoughts on crop tops and pedophiles. Because I want my girls to live in a world where they get dressed for themselves. And they wear a ponytail if they want to, because that's just how they want to wear their hair. Or they didn't wash it. They just want to throw it up in a ponytail and not be worried that that means that they're going to target themselves for a sexual assault. I am going to raise them in abundance thinking, not scarcity thinking. I'm going to teach them that the world is their oyster. It is not a man's world anymore. It's their world. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and let me know what your thoughts are with crop tops if you have girls, or if you are a mom of boys and only boys. What did you think of this episode? What are your thoughts? How is my experience with my daughters different from your experience with your sons? Do you have to talk to your sons about what they're wearing and make sure that they look a certain way in order for you to feel safe letting them outside in the world? And if not, then what can you do to make it a better world for my daughters and for your sons? Let me know. Are you living your one wild life to the fullest? You're not? Why the fuck not? What are you waiting for? The time to live is now, mama. Do not wait until your youngest is in college. Let your dreams hire me for an hour so I can explain how I can help you achieve any goal in your life. You've put yourself off long enough. It's time to pour into you. The link to schedule your 60-minute complimentary consultation is in my show notes. Join the community of Fuck It Moms by following me on Instagram and Facebook at Fuck It Mothering. That's fuck without the U. So FCK It Mothering. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you never miss your weekly encouragement. And please rate, review, comment, and share. All of these things help with the algorithms, so that way when other overwhelmed moms are looking for encouragement, they can find me. Every month, I give away one of my favorite books and a Starbucks card to a lucky winner. All you have to do to enter is write a review or tag me in social media when you share an episode. See you next Sunday, gorgeous.